Yo, what up? Marvin here with Stay Fit with the Lord, where we help you to improve your spirit and fitness by focusing on God first. And on this channel, we do a lot of videos on the actions to take to grow your relationship with God and to improve your health. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Have you ever seen homeless people before and wondered what it would be like or feel like to be homeless? If so, I will be sharing my experience on taking a trip to New York and being homeless in this video coming up. You never know what someone feels like or is going through unless you put yourself in their shoes. Let's take a look at the Bible to see what it says about helping the homeless. There's a quote that says, "The more you give, the more comes back to you," because God is the greater giver in the universe and He won't let you outgive Him. Go ahead and try and see what happens. In the Bible, in Hebrews 13:16, it says, "But do not forget to do good and to share, for with such sacrifices, God is well pleased." In Luke 3:10, it says, "So the people asked him, saying, 'What shall we do then?' He answered and said to them, 'He who has 2 tunics, let him give to him who has none, and he who has food, let him do likewise.'" In Luke 6:38, it says, "Give and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be put into your bosom. For with the same measure that you use, it will be measured back to you." In 2 Corinthians 9:7, it says, "So let each one give as he proposes in his heart, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loves a cheerful giver, and God is able to make all grace abound toward you, that you, always having all sufficiency in all things, may have an abundance for every good work, as it is written." Here are some examples in the Bible of people giving to the poor. In Matthew 19:21, it says, "Jesus said to him, 'If you want to be perfect, go, sell what you have and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven, and come follow me.'" In these scriptures, the Bible tells us that we should go and be generous givers, have a giving heart to the world. Now let me tell you about a fun trip to New York that God used to reveal a revelation to us. We had planned to go on a trip to New York to have fun. We went on a trip to New York without booking a hotel to stay in to save money. But God used this trip to teach us so much more than we can imagine. God made us feel what a homeless person feels every day. And through this trip, God made us look at the homeless differently. Here are some of the things that God revealed to us in this trip. Don't judge the homeless because we don't know their story. Before going on this trip, I would see the homeless and sometimes think, man, why don't they just get a job? What choices did they make that caused them to be homeless? Or was it something that they couldn't control that brought them to this point? Is it their own fault for being homeless? But God doesn't look at us and judge us. So why should we judge others? Why should we find fault and blame them for their situation and not help them? God taught us a lot of things through this trip. Number 1, how it feels to not know where you will sleep that night. In the daytime, we were feeling good and sightseeing and exploring New York. We walked the Brooklyn Bridge, we went to Queens, but once night came and we got tired, then we started to worry, where would we sleep? We even changed our mind and tried getting a hostel or a hotel, but they were all full. So we had no choice but to find a place to sleep in the streets. We stayed up and kept exploring as much as we could, but by 2-3 a.m., we were tired and exhausted. So we came across this park where we saw a lot of people and decided to stay there get some sleep. But we couldn't truly relax and go to sleep as if we were in our bed at home, because there was people around and we didn't feel safe. God revealed to me that is exactly how homeless people feel every night when they go to sleep. What if a homeless person has decided not to be homeless anymore, but it's too late because he cannot get out of it? What if we could help that person to get back on their feet and not be homeless? Because we can. The next thing God taught us to this trip is number 2, being kicked out of your bed. After resting at the park until 4 a.m., we got an Uber to take us to the airport to wait on our flight. When we got on the Uber, we straight up knocked out. When we arrived at the airport, all we could think about was sleep. We tried sleeping on the chairs, and for a while, they were comfortable, but it was really hard to sleep because they had rails on the side. So we decided to find a place on the floor. We walked and found a corner and just laid and slept on a hard, uncomfortable, cold floor. We were so tired and exhausted that we knocked out and slept. We were woken up by a worker at the airport. He was looking at us crazy and told us that we can't lay down there and asked us, "Are you guys homeless?" We answered, "No, we're waiting on our flight." He looked at us and said, "Get out of here. You can't sleep on the floor." We got up and went back to the chairs. The airport started to get full with people and we were still sleeping on the chairs. As they passed by, they would look at us the same way that I look at homeless people. We had not showered or anything, so we looked and smelled bad. God gave me a taste of what homeless people go through every day when they are kicked out of their bed in the streets, and also how they are viewed and judged by other people. When I came back, that is something that stuck with me. I no longer want to judge the homeless people and look at them the way that I was looked at in the New York airport for sleeping on the floor. I want to have an open heart so that God can use me as his vessel to help any homeless person I come across, to remember my experience at New York and to have an open heart for the homeless. That when God sends me a homeless person asking for money, that I see it as an opportunity to be a blessing, to pray for them, to encourage them, to share the gospel. I challenge you today to really dig deep and pray that God sends you a homeless person to bless. It doesn't have to be money. You can bless them by just saying hi and smiling. You can bless them by praying for them, encouraging them, sharing the gospel. Bless them in any way that you want. Remember, if you bless them, do it cheerfully and willingly, not because you feel obligated. Believe it or not, this trip to New York has completely changed my life forever. Who would have thought that by going on a fun trip to New York, God would teach me so many revelations? But God is truly everywhere and in everything. So let's start living and knowing that God is truly everywhere and in everything. When you start living with this mentality, God will bless you with revelations every day. So I challenge you to start praying and ask God to open up your heart to the homeless people you see every day. Like I said, bless them with anything that you feel in your heart. Bless them with an encouragement, your smile, a prayer. Do this and comment below if this message resonated with you. And please share if you have a testimony of helping a homeless person and to encourage others. I hope that you found this message powerful and helpful. I truly believe that if you start praying and asking God to open up your heart to the homeless people you see every day, if you start praying today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year, but today, God will transform your heart and life just like he did mine. So I highly encourage you to give it a try. Nah, you know what? Scratch that. Don't try it. Do it. You're watching this video for a reason, right? So take action and do it. My mission is to help people stay fit with the Lord. Just like we go to the gym to improve our health, I want people to come to this channel to renew their spirit. I can't do it by myself. I need your help. So if God used this video to speak to you, please don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone that you think God would use to renew their spirit just like he did with you right now. Thanks for checking out this video. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Until next time, stay fit with the Lord is helping you to improve your spirit and fitness by focusing on God first and giving you actions to take to grow your relationship with God and to improve your health. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace out. And remember, let's stay fit with the Lord.